Good morning. This is HSK Tangirala, Director, Institute of Cooperative Management, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about the housing cooperative societies in India. Now we will see these are the housing cooperative societies. The definition of the housing cooperative societies. It is an association of the persons join the society or association voluntarily, democratically controlled with a common need of housing by contributing required funds judiciously registered under Cooperative Societies Act. This is the definition part of the cooperative housing cooperative society. Who can be the members of the cooperative? Who have necessary qualifications as provided in the bylaws of the housing cooperative society. Every society will have their own bylaws. According to that bylaw, whatever is mentioned, and that if that is applicable, the conditions, then that particular person is eligible to be a member of a cooperative society, housing cooperative society. Who has the intention to reside permanently within the area of operation? Who have paid the admission fees? Who have purchased a minimum number of the shares of the cooperative society? These are the certain conditions are there, and major one has to see about the bylaw of the cooperative society. Let us see the housing cooperative society was founded in 1909, in the year 1909 in the Mysore state. Now presently it is Karnataka. The biggest housing cooperative society is in Maharashtra, Nagpur. The name of the society is Vidarbha Premier Housing Cooperative Society, located in Gandhi Sagar, Nagpur, in the state of the Maharashtra, and it was founded in 1930 by 12 members. But it has in the year 2008 the membership reached to 40,000, and financially it is very good and self-sustained and self-sufficient for the members is concerned. What are the advantages of the housing cooperative societies? The beneficiaries can make substantial saving in cost through group action. Architectural planning can be done on a large scale. Building materials can be obtained more cheaply when purchased in bulk. To facilitate more efficient and more satisfactory community surroundings, since the entire area is planned but with common amenities, and thus danger of neighborhood developing into slums areas are minimized. It is an effective means of providing decent houses at reasonable cost to the persons, particularly of low and middle class societies. What are the various objectives of the housing cooperative societies? To provide housing facilities to the members at the affordable cost, to build houses for the members of the society, to offer collective ownership of the houses to the members, to provide finance to the members for purchase of the dwelling, to provide common facilities for the benefit of the members, like common halls, garden, roads, lifts. These are the common amenities are there, common facilities are there. These will be provided to the members of the cooperative society. This is the structure of the cooperative housing cooperative societies in India. This is National Federation, State Federation, and State Federation or state level societies. That is 26 are there, and the primary house building cooperative societies and group building societies and members, and primary societies are 1 lakh and members are nearly 7 million. There are the various type of the housing cooperative society that you can commonly see in India. Tenant ownership housing cooperative society. What happens in this particular type of societies? The land is either on lease or freehold by the society. The land will be obtained by the society. The members own the houses and they will be as owners, or they will not be as owners, but it may be on the leaseholders or can be owners. So this is tenant ownership is concerned. They must strictly comply with the regulations regarding transferring of the houses, but they can build their houses according to their own need and taste is concerned. Tenant co-partnership housing societies. These societies held both land and building either on leasehold or freehold basis, and members have an occupancy right upon paying an initial share and a monthly rent. The owners will have to, the owners means those people who are staying in that particular houses will have to pay monthly rent. House mortgage societies. These societies are like credit societies which lend money to their members for the construction of the houses. These societies will give lend or loans they will give, and then they will construct the houses. Though the arrangement for the construction of the is a member's responsibility, it is not the society's responsibility. Society will not take. House construction or house building societies. They build the societies on behalf of the members, which are then handed over to the members on completion, and the money spent is required through loans. Flat owners cooperative societies. In this type, flats are owned by the members and societies are providing common facilities to the members of the societies. Flat owner cooperatives is that in which a builder secures a plot of land and construct a building with number of flats which are put on sale. The agreement sale includes a condition that a purchaser of the flat would form a cooperative society to which the building would be transferred. The society provides and maintains common services for the members who are the flat owners. The flat owners of the cooperative society is gaining popularity in the metropolitan cities like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, likewise. Now, what are the various sources are there these housing cooperative societies are getting? So, it may be by way of the share capital, by way of the statutory reserve, borrowings from the government, central cooperative societies, that is the DCCBs, and any other agencies or banks is concerned, or LIC. Some states, including the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Orissa, cooperative housing societies have been set up for advancing loans to the primary cooperative societies. In these states, the credit house finance cooperative societies were set up, and these finance societies will help the members or the primary cooperative societies, and the primary societies will give back the loans whatever maybe that they have taken to the district level society, or the societies itself will give loans for construction of houses only to the individuals. So individual may be the members of the society. So this is how it will have. The main source of the finance is the life insurance corporation, which advances the loans for the construction of the houses. So this is the major source of the finance in most of the cases in housing cooperative societies in India. The Housing and Development Corporation has agreed to finance the housing cooperatives for undertaking financially and technically feasible projects of the house construction. Housing cooperative societies are getting assistance from the central government in two main schemes. One scheme is subsidized industrial housing scheme and low income group housing scheme. There are two schemes are there, And in case of it is for the industrial workers is concerned, this particular scheme is, and earlier they were giving 50% of the cost, they were giving assistance, they were giving, and now it has raised to 65% they are giving. In case of the low income and low and middle income groups is concerned, it is a village housing project and some clearance they are undertaking. This type of schemes is concerned, and but it is expected that the state governments would give preference to cooperatives. More assistance is to be given for this type of the middle income and low income groups, and more assistance is required for the from the government is concerned. The rural housing and cooperative efforts. What are the various efforts are there in case of, because the rural housing, in nutshell, to be frank, in rural areas these efforts is not taking place, which is very much essential in case of rural housing is concerned. So it can be tackled through the self-help of the cooperatives only it can happen. It is for this reason village housing project scheme from the Ministry of the Works and Housing Rehabilitation lays a considerable emphasis on setting up of the houses and also for the manufacturing of the bricks, tiles, locks, hinges, doors, etc. in the villages selected for the development under this particular scheme is concerned. There is a working group was there to see the performance of the housing cooperative societies, and it has noted that no organized efforts has been made in the most of the states to develop the rural housing. As I have already told about the rural housing is concerned, how the rural housing is functioning, there was a working group was constituted and they have studied about the rural housing is concerned, rural cooperatives, housing cooperatives is concerned. Even where they have been set up, they are mainly financing agencies which advances loans to the individuals. Even though it is they have set up, but they are only giving finance, they are not taking up the construction is concerned. So what are the major problems of the housing cooperatives as a whole? What are the various types, but all types put together, the common problems of the housing cooperatives in India. Now let us see. Housing cooperative movement has not been able to mark a headway in this country due to certain factors, including the inadequacy of finance, lack of suitable machinery and program in the state, lack of programs in the state for the promotion of the housing cooperatives, and the scarcity of the land and building material. The various reasons are there, and inadequacy of finance has been mainly stumbling block in the way of the housing cooperatives is concerned. The main source of the finance is LIC and the government, so it will take time for sanctioning, because in case of the government procedures and formalities are required. In some states there is no apex organization. There is no apex organization as such. Only primary societies are there. That's all, and they are managing the cooperatives, but there is no apex societies, that is known as the state level federation or district level federation is concerned. Government financial assistance has been much less than needed. Whatever was required, suppose we require some 20 lakhs, we are getting only 10 lakhs or 11 lakhs, so at that particular time it becomes very difficult for the construction of a house. In some states there is no suitable machinery like a federation, as we have already discussed, for promoting the housing cooperatives on the sound lines. So monitoring body is not there. Housing cooperatives have difficulty for getting the loans on the reasonable prices. Some state governments do not give any preference to these societies in the matters of the allotment of the land. Due to inadequate resources, the societies cannot bid at the auction. They are not in a position to bid the auction. Similarly, societies face difficulties in getting the materials like cement at a fair price. Some persons have taken undue advantage of the cooperative housing scheme also, as misutilization. It may be any reason. In many states, housing cooperative society indulged in the malpractices. Number of the persons has got land from the government or municipal corporation on concessional basis and loans on the concessional basis and have built luxurious flats in posh localities. So this is how a vested interest. In the words of the Mirza committee, there was a committee was set up on the cooperation. So they have discussed about this particular housing also. These schemes in which crores of rupees has been sunk have done much tarnish to the image of the cooperative. They have brought a very bad name to the cooperatives is concerned. So because of the selfish activities. A fewer entrepreneurs organize housing cooperatives for their own advantage and sell housing units at exorbitant rates to the ordinary members. So what has happened? Entrepreneurs have come. They are not the cooperatives. They are the entrepreneurs, business people have entered. Some members purchase the housing units in order to resell to the others at a large profit. So it is a selfish motto. It is a profit making. Some members are selfish in nature. Subletting of the premises is resorted to the purpose of making profit. So they might be having two houses. So for subletting, so they are forming cooperative societies. Are some of the members who have the vested interest. Allotment of the housing units to the members without any ceiling of income or accommodation, so that the poor persons are placed at a disadvantage. So only rich people, there should be some slab will be there, income slab will be there, so that the poor person can take the advantage. But what is happening is it is a disadvantage. Non-flat owning members are enrolled to provide the majority to the organizers. Mirza committee, in order to check these malpractices, has suggested certain measures. He has made certain measures so that the housing cooperative societies can be functioning well according to the norms. As a basic policy of the housing societies are meant primarily for the benefiting the persons of the small means, for the poor people. Therefore, the membership of these societies should be restricted to the persons having income not exceeding a certain ceiling to the prescribed. Simultaneously, ceiling should be fixed on the cost of each flat and the carpet area, so that there should be income ceiling. Suppose say 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 15 lakhs, so or some income level. So they have to fix. The government assistance for providing the land as well as special quota of the building material should be made available only when all members of the society conform to the rules of the ceiling of the income. Loans from the Apex Housing Board should be available only to the societies which fulfill the criteria, so that those people who are completing the formalities. Subletting should be totally prohibited except in special circumstances with the approval of the managing committee. When such approval is given, the rent also should be fixed. Transfer by sale should be prohibited except under certain circumstances. It should be approved by the managing committee. So managing committee will have to play a role. So we have already discussed earlier housing cooperative societies, National Cooperative Housing Federation, State Federation, Primary Federation, so earlier we have mentioned 1 lakh, it is 1,20,000. What are the main functions of the housing cooperative societies, maybe national level or primary level? So primary federation functions are coordinate, guide members in planning and construction of the houses, procure and supply building material, publications, that is a brochures they are giving, and monthly newsletters also they are giving, and journal is there, bulletin also is there, so from the Delhi. So liaison with the government and other agencies on matters relating to the housing cooperatives, imparted training and education to the housing cooperatives. It is at the state level, every state is having their own federation, and these are the functions. Arrange funds from the government and other financing agencies and advance to the members of the societies as well as the individual members. Assess, procure, manufacture building materials and supply to the societies, guide, assist, technical, financial, and on legal matters is concerned. What are the functions of the primary cooperative society? Secure land, develop it, get financial assistance from the FX Federation and other financing agencies, construct, allot, manage the houses. They are the primary housing cooperative societies. So, what is the future approach? What are the new areas are there in case of the apex level or for the primary housing cooperative society, housing cooperative as a whole? To ensure appropriate positioning of the housing cooperative societies on in the liberal economy, following steps will be taken. So, what are the steps? To speed up the various sanction requirements, concerned authorities will be called upon to introduce a single window system at state level, so that this will resolve the problems. So, it should be at a single level. To persuade the state government to adopt a model law to the housing cooperative. Model law, Chaudhary Brahma Prakash committee has recommended for the entire cooperative structure, for entire sectors of the cooperatives. So, for housing cooperative society also, the model law has to be adopted to avoid the major problems. And this can be as approved by the Government of India at the instance of the National Cooperative Housing Federation. To facilitate construction of more and more houses for the people of the low income group, efforts will continue to facilitate more finance to the housing cooperatives. Major leading institutions on reduced rate of interest with their procedure simplifications. Next, persuade state government to allot 1/3 of the developed land to the housing cooperative societies on priority at the institutional rates. To persuade state governments through the register of the cooperative societies to advise housing cooperatives to incorporate the provision for the structural audit in their bylaws. So, however, there should be audit is already there, audit is taking place, and in case of the Telangana State Cooperative Act and Andhra Pradesh State Cooperative Section 51, 52, so even inquiries and all these things already is mentioned. Okay, so we will see the housing cooperative societies in India. It is a federation. So in this federation, there are so many states are there. This is a membership in number. So in case of the Andhra Pradesh, 1,438 members are there. This is rural and urban. Rural is not mentioned here, and this is in the year 31st March 2017 is concerned. So it is a higher, and in case of the Gujarat and Maharashtra, Maharashtra is the highest, second is Gujarat, and third is Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Here, in case of the Andhra Pradesh, the figures were given Andhra and Telangana put together. So these are the primary societies. Okay. And these share capital, in case of the share capital, the primary and state government, primary societies and state government. It is state government contribution. It is a state government contribution. And as on 31st March 2017, it is 1,169.56 crores are there. Okay. So likewise, as we have mentioned here, Gujarat, it is 6,124 societies are there, and it is a more and more amount also is more, and state government contribution, and the primary societies the members contribution. Now you can see here the members in Maharashtra. So Maharashtra, it is a 10,000. In case of the Andhra, it is 1,400 something was there, and in case of the Gujarat, it was 6,500 something, and here it is 10,000 something. It's 10,349. So now you can see in Maharashtra the housing cooperative societies are more. So likewise the government contribution also is more here. Government contribution is very less in case of the Maharashtra is concerned. So likewise in every state, this type of in Uttar Pradesh also it is 1,475. the total, if you see the total number of the societies is 28,745 societies as on 31st March 2017 is there, and non-working societies are there. Some societies are under liquidation. So this is how it is. Now let us see how the finance is taking place, the government contribution and members is concerned. So the amount borrowed, the main thing is that borrowing is a major issue in case of the housing cooperative society for construction of the houses. The societies borrows the money, and then they will apply, loans will be sanctioned and the loans will be disbursed. These are the data of the 31st March 2017 is concerned. So now you can see more in case of the Punjab, and here it is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, more loans that they have taken, you can see here. So likewise, so now just I want to, this is the National Cooperative Housing Federation, Siri Fort, Institutional, New Delhi. There are the phone numbers and the email and the website I have mentioned. Now I request all the readers and the participants, they must visit this particular website for the National Cooperative Housing Federation is concerned. And I also request all the participants to please read the books written by M.L. Khurana, who has done a wonderful work in case of the housing cooperative societies. It includes including court cases also. So wonderful volumes of the books. So I request to read for further reading is concerned. M.L. Khurana's books is concerned, and these are the housing cooperative societies. Some of the pictures just for understanding is concerned. And any doubts is there? Any doubts? Any doubts? Thank you.